Hello everybody, myself Dr. Himanshu Gupta. I am assistant professor in Department of Chemistry, IIT University, Muradabad. Today we will discuss about the topic spectroscopy. So there are different methods of analysis like classical analysis, classical methods, and modern method of analysis. Modern methods of analysis. I am explaining these methods because first of all we need to know what is the need of spectroscopy. Why should we learn the spectroscopy, or why should we study spectroscopy? So in the classical methods, there are different classical methods like precipitation, functional group analysis, elemental analysis, etc. So in the classical methods, if we have to find out a material, analyze a material, what is the content of that material, we can do precipitation. In precipitation, there are several errors like co-precipitation, post-precipitation, and others. And we lose some of the precipitate, so analysis is not clear. So if we want to analyze which compound is present, which functional group is present, and we do functional group analysis, like we do some functional group test. So we need a large amount of sample. If we have a very small amount of sample, because in research we synthesize only a few microgram or nanogram or 0.5 or 0.25 gram of the sample. So with a 0.25 gram of the sample, we cannot do functional group analysis and other analysis, elemental analysis. So by elemental analysis, we find out carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. These are find out, and from this we find out elemental formula and then molecular formula. But for this is also a destructive technique and needs some amount of the sample. So here the sample is destructive, sample is lost. So we need a technique which is fast and accurate. So these techniques are classical, and these are now obsolete. So in the modern method of analysis, it includes spectroscopy. Other techniques are HPLC or liquid extraction or solvent extraction. These are some modern techniques. So these are modern methods of analysis. So in the spectroscopy, here we are studying spectroscopy. So now I will explain you what is spectroscopy. So there are, if we analyze a sample, firstly we will also study for analysis. There are two kinds of analysis. If a sample is analyzed, the analysis can be of two types. First is qualitative analysis, and the other is quantitative analysis. So with the name suggested, quantity and quality. So in this quantitative analysis, we will analyze quantity of the substance. In qualitative analysis, we analyze the quality of the substance. But what does these actually mean? So if we calculate how much amount of the sample or element is present in the sample, then it is called as quantitative analysis. But if we analyze what is present in the sample, suppose in the sample there are sodium, calcium and potassium are present. So if we analyze that potassium is present in 2 ppm concentration, then this is called quantitative analysis. But if we analyze that potassium, calcium and sodium are present in the sample, then this is called as qualitative analysis. Okay, so now we will discuss about spectroscopy. So what is spectroscopy? Spectroscopy is the interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. Interaction of electromagnetic is the interaction of electromagnetic radiation with matter. So electromagnetic radiation can be of different types. These can be, so the electromagnetic spectrum or electromagnetic radiations can be of following type. These consist, a electromagnetic spectrum consists of gamma rays, X-rays, UV visible rays, IR radiation, microwaves and radio waves. So in this order, the wavelength is increasing. In this order, it is right here. The wavelength is increasing. Wavelength is increasing and the energy is decreasing. So, if gamma rays are radiated on the samples, then the spectroscopy is gamma ray spectroscopy. These are for radioactive materials. And if X-ray is incident on a sample, then the innermost electron with the X-rays, innermost electron is ejected. With X-rays, the innermost electron is ejected. So the spectroscopy is called as X-ray spectroscopy. In UV visible region, the electron transforms from one electronic state to the another electronic state. Then the spectroscopy is called UV visible spectroscopy. In IR radiations, there are vibrations from one vibrational level to the another vibrational level. If the compound can vibrate only, so the energy is high for gamma rays, less for X-rays, further less for UV rays, and further less for IR rays. So energy is so less that electron cannot be transmitted from one electronic state to another electronic state, but it can vibrate in the vibrational energy levels. And again, in the microwave region, it is from J1 to J2. So the electron can rotate only. The energy of the radiation is so less that the electron can rotate only. So with the IR radiation, the spectroscopy with UV visible, it is UV visible spectroscopy. With IR radiations, IR spectroscopy. With microwave spectroscopy, rotational, and with radio waves. In the radio waves from S1 to S2. What is S1 and S2? S1 and S2 are the spin state. So the energy is so less that it cannot transmit electron, it cannot vibrate the molecule, it cannot rotate the molecule, it can only change the spin of the electron. So the electron transforms from one spin to the another spin. So this spectroscopy is related to the radio frequency or radio waves, and it is called as NMR spectroscopy.